What is up, guys? This is Godzilla Suplex, and welcome to today's episode of UFC Zilla. We'll be talking about the women's strawweight division because soon at UFC Fight Night 157, UFC strawweight champion Jessica Andrade will take on Willie Chang, if I'm saying her name right, for the UFC strawweight women's championship. Before I get into that, please hit that subscribe button. Also get the notification bell so you get a notification every time I make a video. So guys, let's get into this because Jessica Andrade has got a lot to prove with this matchup. The UFC is really putting the heat on her with this contest being set in Willie Chang's home country of China. We already know what the UFC thinks. They want to have the first Chinese female UFC champion, and plus to have it be done in her home country. Jessica Andrade just went from her own territory into enemy territory, and it's clear who the UFC wants to win. And from a fan perspective, a lot of people think that Jessica Andrade really ran away with the victory and stole it from Rose Namajunas because Rose Namajunas was piecing her up in that first round, and then she locked the submission on to Jessica Andrade, then she dropped her on her head. And many people think that she's a fluke champion and that her striking skills still aren't well rounded enough for her to be the true champion in that division. And it clearly shows with Willie Chang because she is a tight striker, much like the type of fighters that give Jessica Andrade problems. And even though she may not be up to the caliber of Rose Namajunas, she is still very hungry, which is a big difference. She wants the title and she wants to fulfill that goal, which will make for a very entertaining fight. So now let's get to the fighter goals. What do both of these fighters need to do to win this fight? First of all, we'll start off with the challenger, Willie Chang. And what she needs to do is she needs to have a tight style. We know Jessica Andrade likes to bulldoze her opponents with her famous pressure. She likes to throw a lot of hard strikes mixed in with hard takedowns to try and test, see if you can really withstand her pressure. So Willie needs to have really good footwork in this contest. If she has great footwork, what's going to happen is that one of the weaknesses of Jessica Andrade is that once she lets her opponent get into the rhythm of striking, which she's had a problem with for her whole career. Once she lets them get into their striking zone, she cannot stop them or get herself into a striking fit, and kind of like in desperation, she'll start throwing hard strikes and hard takedowns to try and interrupt their rhythm. So Willie Chang just needs to have great footwork, constantly tag her and get her annoyed in the situation of falling behind the match, make her get really desperate and try to take you down. And after she tries, make sure she's using up a lot of energy and sacrifice that for the later rounds in the fight to have a strong finish against Jessica Andrade when her gas tank runs out. And really, Willie Chang does have the coordination to do it. It's just that she does not need to give Jessica Andrade the momentum of trying to get ahead in the fight with just takedowns. So this is going to be a points battle, and Willie Chang really needs to make sure she gets those first rounds, then let Jessica Andrade push the pace hard in the middle rounds, and then finally finish strong in the final two rounds. But now, what does the champ need to do in order to win this contest and get closer to her dream of fighting Valentina Shevchenko for that second title? And I think she really needs to come out and establish a rhythm with her striking. Even though she's not hitting Willie, enough, pressure her, get in her face, take away her kicks, and force her to use her upper body boxing, and force her to start trying to get into a brawl match where she has to match pound for pound with your power. And plus, when you're getting to the exchangements, then you have a chance to hit her hard one good time and take her down. And then once you have that rhythm of control, and that's what's going to be really the theme of this match, is rhythm, who can get that rhythm and control the match the most, that's when she's going to really just take over the fight and make sure, every time, I think with wrestlers, every time they take somebody down more and more, they get into that rhythm where, yeah, I know where you're gonna do this and this and that, and you know it, so I'm gonna take you down anyway, just on your lack of confidence to strike. So I think if she does that, she can prey on Willie Chang's inexperience against such an opponent with good wrestling background, and she's gonna try and really do the Khabib effect on her, as in, like, you know, Khabib tries to take people down. He has them so nervous that they don't focus on other parts of their game and being confident in them. So really, that is all what Jessica Andrade needs to do: establish a tempo, a rhythm, and force Willie Chang into a 50-50 situation of dropping her hands for the takedown, or either covering her head, knock her one good time, take her down, and try to finish the fight. So now let's get to some of the scenarios that might happen in this fight. You know, when we talk about who's going to have a good start, you know, what if it's split down the middle, and let's just say, you know, for purposes, Willie Chang wins the first round. This is the champ. We know that she's been outstruck by many people, and this is what she has a problem with. What if she starts getting behind the scorecards? Because it is a highly likely thing to happen. Well, I think what's going to happen is that Jessica Andrade is going to try and readjust her game. She's going to start throwing hard strikes to try and counter Chang's volume. And she has to get up, or she's going to start trying to get up in her face a lot. Maybe eat two to get one good one in, or to get one good trip on her, and then try to push her up against the fence to try and control her, and then start doing some stuff to her. But the problem with that is that Willie Chang is a very consistent striker that has had some very close contests where she has overcome some adversity. So falling behind her in the scorecards, it's going to be tough to come back, because she should be able to keep a good pace unless she chokes her out. So really, that's one of the only scenarios that I could think of that could happen in this fight, because I can't see it being a knockout either way. Willie Chang is too elusive, I think, for Jessica Andrade to really hit with a hard combination of strikes to put her out. But then again, Willie Chang, I think, is going to be scared to really try to attempt a knockout from the pressure of Jessica Andrade in the first couple of rounds. So what we have is sort of a points battle in the first couple of rounds, and then later rounds, you know, they're going to get a little loose. But it's all going to come down to the points. And I think, in my prediction, Jessica Andrade will lose this fight. I think she's going to fall behind in the first rounds, unless she takes control with the first takedown in probably the first minute of the fight. But other than that, I have her losing this contest, maybe even by 2 points, by a impressive win by Willie Chang. And, you know, it's just that her striking still hasn't evolved past basics, or not to the advanced level of her competition to even out her fighting style. But guys, tell me what you think in the comment section. Who do you think is going to win this fight? Willie Chang, or is it going to be Jessica Andrade? And if Jessica Andrade wins, who is she going to fight next? Is it going to be Joanna Jacek in a rematch, Michelle Waterson, or is she going to get that match against Valentina Shevchenko? And if Willie Chang was to win, do you think Jessica Andrade deserves a rematch, or should it be Rose Namajunas? Just all kind of possibilities. So in both scenarios, put in the comment section below who should get the next title shot. But guys, this has been the best Gojira and UFC news. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.